Keele Carlisle career sadly ended this week due to heart problems. So that stripped Simon Griggs of another player with a lot of experience, Keele Carlisle. Matt Garside and Paul Brealey in the second row. Jacob Fairbank, a loose forward, still sporting the bandage around the head. Curtis Davies, Dan Fleming, Sam Hewitt and Kevin Leroy on the bench. For York, it's Matty Marsh at full back. Elliot Wallace on loan from Hull KR with Lewis Carr on the wing. Jimmy Kynors, the scorer of the winning try in London last season, with former Hull KR man Liam Salter in the centres. Ben Johnson at number 6 playing with an injury. I thought he broke his foot last week, but he wasn't missing this one. Conor Robinson, another man who played with Halifax. He was Halifax's first dual registered player, was Conor Robinson back in the day. Chris Clarkson, William Judd, Marcus Stock the front row. Danny Washbrook, Sam Scott and Tim Spears are the back three of the scrum. Woodburn Hall gives the ball to Colcott, who'll charge it up to the 20, gets the offload away, and Halifax make enough metres to get over the 20 metre line. Finally Chris Bryan in, James Green, Jordan Baldwinson and Jack Teambit are the replacements for the York side, as Halifax look to make ground forward towards the York half of the field. Keegan Hurst running strongly, and Halifax have done well so far, up to halfway. Fairbank into a tackle initially made by Marcus Stock, joined by Tim Spears, the York captain. Drop off ball, Keegan Hurst running again, won't get the option of the offload this time. Last tackle on the York 40 metre line, it will go back to Burrell. Seems to have lost the blonde locks, gets his kick away, and caught by Marsh in the in-goal area, means he'll come back for a tap on the 20. And that is a strong carry, almost 15 metres for York. Elliot Wallace, and Halifax already penalised by the referee for being offside. And the way that Wallace took that ball forward probably made more metres than perhaps he should have done. Halifax got him down eventually, but couldn't get up quick enough to get back the full required 10 metres. And now York's first chance begins in the Halifax half of the field with Tim Spears. Another one of this York side, lots of Super League experience in this York City Knights outfit, and plenty of determination in the opening set in the Halifax half for York. As the ball's pushed out wide, she shouts a forward pass. Jubb getting the pass away to the support. He moves into acting half. It's Washbrook who was brought down, another with lots of Super League experience. Spears started his career with Castleford, and Halifax on their own line defending strongly and managing to keep York out for the first set of 6. Good goal line defence. Halifax have to try and bring the ball out. Garside gets up and plays the ball. Robinson comes inside, runs it into the forwards. 3 defenders waiting for him. Halifax still in their own quarter. Colcott takes it over the 20 metre line. And James Ford will have no doubt done his homework on Halifax. Brealey tackled by Salter, and Conor Robinson is the second man, spending too much time on the tackle according to Halifax supporters. As they reach halfway, it's back to Burrell for the kick again, and that one's hoisted high. Wallace under pressure, lets it go. Halifax will continue, it's still on the 6th tackle. Ball flipped out behind, back of the hand. Griggs puts the ball in the air this time. pressure on the fullback and brought up quickly to make the tackle. Halifax are hoping then, I think, that the count will go back to 0, but Halifax finding a weakness early on with Elliot Wallace dropping the ball, and Halifax playing the advantage going forward. Lewis Carr, it was that time, who lost the ball coming forward. Now they start from 0 for Halifax with the best attacking position. Keegan Hurst attracts 3 defenders. He'll jump up quickly back into the defensive line. Woodburn Hall goes on his own, couldn't find the gap in between the 2 York defenders. Halifax are held out 5 metres from the Knights line. Colcott gives it to Fairbank. They'll easily taken down by Will Jubb, the hooker there. Halifax coming to the right hand side with Brearley showing the ball, trying to force a way through on his own. The York defence still fresh and putting in the numbers. Fairbank takes the pass from Morrell, wrapped up man and ball tackle by Washbrook, and York doing the same as Halifax did up to now, keeping the line intact as Woodburn Hall kicks through. A bit too strong, Robinson unable to get to it, and York not having to put the ball out of play means he'll come back for a tap on the 20. It looks like Wallace again, this time only making 10 metres. Halifax need to make sure they stay on side, they do this time. Salter takes the ball forward, now back into the forwards. Clarkson, the former Leeds player. Marcus Stock. It is not Clarkson. Clarkson converting from second row to prop as Jubb gets the ball away, finds support. That was Clarkson. Marcus stopped trying to send the defence the wrong way. Back to Robinson. Kick to test Broughton takes the ball under pressure from 2 York defenders. Saltonstall. Well, Marcus Stock was a bit too high then, more like a Cumberland throw than a tackle. Tyra charges it forward. The York defence are struggling to make it all the way back to the referee, but they have 12 men in defence now with Tim Spears struggling to make his way back into the defensive line. Slow to his feet after the tackle was made. Halifax using the short side. Woodburn Hall drops the shoulder. Tackle by Kinehorst as Morrell looks for the advantage of position by putting the ball into touch in the York City red zone. Scrum will go down on the 10 metre line. Well, Halifax have seen mistakes already from the York outside backs. Both Wallace and Carr giving up possession. Wallace not interested in the high kick. Halifax couldn't capitalise. Lewis Carr trying carrying the ball away. Lost possession on impact, so Halifax will be looking and hoping that they can force that sort of error again. And here comes Clarkson over the 20 metre line in front of a number of York City Knights supporters. But a few turned up. There was a lot turned up for the last game of last season in their Hawaiian shirts and garlands. Not quite that sort of weather this afternoon. Although Halifax escaping the worst of some of the weather that's hit the country this afternoon with another storm, and Colcott goes out and well, they claim for a high tackle on Spears. The referee said it was on the shoulder. The kick is from Robinson. Griggs picks it up and gets up to full speed. Meets the York defence on the 30 metre line. Robinson will pick up and go from Acton half. Goes one way, then the other. And Robinson ducks under a tackle from Sam Scott, but York defence are there. Jody Broughton coming in to help out as well. Good work from both the wingers there. As Brandon Moore goes from Acton half. Well, he made big meters there. He's looking for a penalty, but he'll take the meters he made as he got to the 20 metre line. Woodburn Hall gives it to Matt Garside, and Garside charges into 3 York defenders. Last tackle, signal by the referee. Woodburn Hall will kick into the in-goal area again, and Elliot Wallace will be forced to push the ball out of play over the dead ball line, so Halifax forcing a drop out under the post this time. Halifax's opponents for the last 2 weeks, York and Sheffield, sit at the bottom of the table after 2 rounds. Halifax at mid-table with 1 win from their 2 games. Colcott takes it up, good leg drive from Colcott. And it needed some help there from Stock to make the tackle as Halifax continue going forward. Garside offloads. Keegan Hurst pass to Brearley. Brearley gets it away, and Saltonstall goes to the line, and Griggs turned up from nowhere there to almost go over for Halifax. His first try of the game, but they're still looking for it. Good play by Morrell. Garside looks round, throws a bad pass away. Woodford Hall loses it backwards, but not so, says the referees. Said it was a knock on. Well, Halifax trying to play the passing game, almost brought rewards with Griggs. Nearly over. Halifax, in the haste to keep the ball alive, have turned over possession with Woodburn Hall's mistake. Well, that defeat at the end of last season was Halifax's first defeat to York since 2011. Winners in 8 of the 10 meetings between these last 2 teams. Halifax, who were defending strongly there, dragging their man back over the 20 metre line. And again, Stern defends. York struggling to make ground. That's the most he made on the 3rd tackle, 8 metres made by Salter. Stock trying to get up and play the ball quickly. Clarkson put in 2 minds by Colcott, rushing out to make the tackle. It'll go back to Robinson for the kick, and the chasers are there. It's hanging in the wind a bit, but Griggs takes it and gets flattened by Liam Salter. Broughton will be looking to continue his try-scoring form. 3 in 2 games. They're looking for some more. Saltonstall takes it over the 40 metre line. Brandon Moore waits at half back. Keegan Hurst takes it forward. Again, there's 3 defenders, and they're making sure there's no chance of the offload as well. Morrell gives the pass away to Brearley. Brearley looks round for support, but nobody following up. It's the last tackle, and Morrell will again look for possession. The ball comes off Connor Robinson, and Robinson, well, had to pick up and retrieve the ball once it had touched him. He's gone back into the City Knights red zone. And immediately York are back out of it and looking for the quick play. He takes him up to the 40 metre line, looking for it again. But to halfway for York. Johnson gets the pass away. Clarkson rides the tackle. He gets the offload away. Back to Robinson, who almost drops it. The pass from Spears. Robinson kicks through. Griggs across to cover, and Griggs will begin the counter-attack, but Robinson following up his kick to tackle the Halifax full-back. Jody Broughton going inside, went over the top of Will Chubb then. We thankfully had two defenders behind him. Will Colcott takes it over halfway. Brandon Moore looking round for options. Fairbank to Morrell to Brearley, and again Brearley looked round for support. Griggs just a little bit late in getting there. Two opportunities in quick succession there for Brearley to get the ball away, but Griggs kicks through. The chase is on into the in-goal area, and Robinson, Elliot Wallace, I think he's looking for some excuse, but didn't give the ball any attention. And Sean Robinson gets into the in-goal area. First try for Halifax off a kick. Well, Wallace only himself to blame there. Didn't react to the kick through from Griggs. Halifax had men running on. York couldn't clear the lines, and Halifax take a lead after 16 minutes. Well, there's been some pressure on the York line for a while, and Halifax have tried kicking in behind the defence on a couple of occasions already. Comes up third time lucky for the men in blue and white as they cross for the first try of the afternoon. A lead of 4 points to 0. And wait for Steve Tyrant to be attended to. Gets the ball to try and improve that try. To be fair, Halifax had been threatening. Paul Brearley had a couple of chances of really good offloads, but had no backing up. Halifax have kept the ball alive at every opportunity they could, and making York chase it round. Unfortunately, on that occasion, the chase was not good enough, and Halifax scored 4, which has turned into 6 by Steve Tyra. Well, a torrid afternoon with the storm last week for Tyra, with his kicking at Wakefield against the Sheffield Eagles. No problem with that one. High kick taken by Woodburn Hall, and Colcott will run it back and make 12 metres away from the Halifax try line. Robinson, the try scorer, willing to help out the forwards to get the ball away. Keegan Hurst offloads to Griggs. Griggs gets it to Colcott again, and Colcott will take Halifax up to the 40 metre line. Woodburn Hall drops it off Garside, almost up to halfway. Brandon Moore to Fairbank, taking the battle to the heart of the York defence, just outside the 40. Referee signals the last tackle again, and Morrell testing with a kick, and Brandon Moore up to get Marsh with a tackle as soon as he got the ball. And York still have players retreating back into an onside position, so limited on the opportunities they have running forward, and most of it, these first two tackles, playing one out rugby. Clarkson will take it up, and Halifax making the tackle, and Clarkson has got a penalty for York there. Looked at the referee. The referee seeing Clarkson's side of the argument in that Halifax had slowed down the play of the ball. So York on halfway. Second penalty in 19 minutes. Johnson gives it to his captain Tim Spears, and Spears stopped, spun round and thrown to the floor by Colcott with assistance from Brandon Moore. Johnston gets the ball out wide, and now Wallace looking in a way to reprieve himself from those earlier errors. Spears drives it in. York pushing towards the Halifax line, 10 metres away. Jubb to Johnson. Johnson gets the short ball away to shouts a forward pass again. It's Danny Washbrook who's clattered, and Halifax are caught with Will Jubb. Oh well, a double movement from Jubb, says the referee. Well, Tyra obviously made the tackle. Jubb thought maybe blindsided the referee, could get away with reaching out for the line again. Tim Spears not happy with the decision, just discussing it with the referee. The referee waves him away. Halifax get a first penalty. From that angle, it's a fairly good clearance, which goes out about 25 metres out from the Halifax try line, and Keegan Hurst runs the ball up. Halifax leading 6-0. Robinson driving it forward, making important meters for Halifax towards the halfway line. Brandon Moore gets it back to Robinson. Robinson going from a standing start and able to get up to full speed. Morell shows the ball, and Saltonstall well tackled by Salter, but Halifax edging close to that York line, still with tackles in the bag as Morell gets it to Woodburn Hall, and then puts a pass on to Brandon Moore, and Robinson surely is going to get his second. Well, an easy walking for Robinson there. A good kick from Brandon Moore, and the York defence have been undone again on that side where Elliot Wallace is. And I don't think Sean Robinson will mind. He really only had to wait for that to bounce over the line and into his hands. Well, it may not be the easiest of kick for Tyra, but it's a second try for Halifax, a second try for Sean Robinson. And Brandon Moore spotting the amount of space out wide, and Wallace left on his own out wide. Once again failing to deal with a kick adequately. Halifax move into double figures. Well, it's obviously not too difficult for Tyra. The second conversion makes it 12-0. So 12-0 to Halifax. 23 minutes gone. Grix underneath it, thought about passing, looked around again, and then took the tackle. I'm going to pass in the red zone. Saltonstall takes it over the 20, gets up, plays it quickly. Brandon Moore catches the defence, and away goes Moore from acting half, creating a try for Robinson, creating havoc in the York defence. Markers nowhere to be seen, and Brandon Moore taking full advantage to get Halifax over halfway. Morrell to Woodburn on, pouring forward. Scott Griggs, well, tried to get away, but there were three defenders. Eventually took down the Halifax full-back. Woodburn all with a kick. Wallace, well, didn't look particularly comfortable as he took that ball. He managed to make it safe. And Halifax looking to keep York in their own red zone. Unsuccessful up until now, and changes being made by James Ford, looking for some hope for his side to get back up towards that Halifax try line. Just that one opportunity with Jubb, who went over on a double movement. Halifax is struggling to deal with York coming forward. Teamby, last man to carry the ball. Robinson testing Griggs, and Griggs gets away from Salter and gets it to Jody Broughton, and Broughton takes the ball forward for Halifax. Teamby, one of the new additions to this York 13 on the dual replacement. Brandon Moore caught with the ball. Fleming on for Colcott, was looking to receive the pass, gets it this time. Does Dan Fleming. First touch of the ball takes him into the York half. Morrell again with a kick. Well, that one is, well, it's holding up. Halifax defence there, they probably were going to try and hold up Lewis Carr and take him back over his own line, but Carr sensibly falling to the tackle before he could be dragged back. And once again Halifax putting on defensive pressure on this York side and doing what they can to keep them as close as they can or in their own red zone. And Brandon Moore comes up from that a little groggy, but that's a good run from Sam Scott. Tim Spears being replaced, and Connor Robinson down the touchline, and that one just left by Scott Griggs to run out of play. Halifax looking to make another change with Kevin Laroya, but they'll have to wait while this scrum has taken place. Halifax will begin again in their own quarter of the field. York will be glad to get a close sight of the Halifax post at this end of the field, but how long can they stay there? Halifax have got possession and the advantage on the scoreboard at 12 points to nil, and York, well, offside says the referee. I suppose they had to be caught sometime. Keegan Hurst is replaced by Kevin Laroya. Both he and Colcott have done a ton of work in the time they've been on. To 27 minutes. Brandon Moore back to Laroya. Brandon Moore looks to have no ill effects from coming off that tackle badly a couple of minutes ago. Fleming takes the ball forward, and look like a bit of afters going on there. Fleming gets up and plays the ball. Woodburn Hall to Morrell, tries to through the tackler. Clarkson in quickly with Scott. And if it's worth a 1 pointer here just to get a 13-point leader. Will Halifax push forward? Looks like they're going to push forward as Brearley takes the pass from Morrell, but it's marked closely by this York defence. Morrell will kick through this time. It's come off a York foot, so that'll be 6 more tackles. Leroy picks it up and goes for the line. So Halifax are given a second chance to attack that York try line. Morrell moves it out wide. Halifax looking to sack players. Tyra coming back inside off the drop-off ball, and Tyra has got the try. It's been given. The ball squirted out after it had been put down by Tyra, who ran a perfect angle back on the inside and caught the York defence sliding out, and by the time they'd righted themselves, Tyra over the line to make it Halifax 16, York City Knights 0. Well, a different look in Halifax this afternoon. York City Knights, after their finish last season, exceeded expectations. Well, they're finding it tough to back that up at the moment, with Halifax in sparkling form. And stringing lots and lots of passes together, moving the ball across the field, one side to the other. And Tyra adds on another 2. James Green on for York City Knights. Woodburn Hall gives it to Dan Fleming. Dan Fleming, flesh legs, charging the ball back to the York defence. Leroy making the 3 defenders work to bring him down. And there was a pull of the leg and trying to play the ball down. Robinson takes the ball, being forced backwards and then trying to turn round and go back in the right direction. Brandon Moore to Fairbank. Woodburn Hall on Garside. Leroy that came back, running laterally across the field, but the referee has seen an obstruction, which Halifax are penalised into the last 10 minutes of the first half. Halifax would love to keep a clean sheet, but York City Knights have an opportunity here to put some points on the board. James Green is tackled 12 metres out, and another penalty. 2 penalties in quick succession. Green will have another go at the Halifax line. Oh, that ball went out quick, and that's a great pick-up. Well, there's a long way to go as Garside. Good ball back to Woodburn Hall, and Woodburn Hall takes it over halfway before being tackled, and surely that's got to be a penalty. Well, Salter slowing it down. Brearley out to Jody Broughton, but Halifax will feel they should have had a penalty there with the amount of time Salter took to let Woodburn Hall get up and play the ball. So Robinson to feed the scrum. Salter coming inside, taking the ball up. He's Brining into acting half, replacing Will Jubb. Halifax doing the work in defence, Fleming up and back quickly. Moore and Fairbank at markers. Kynhorst taking the ball up. Johnson trying to weave some magic. Gets spun round but gets the offload away to Kynhorst, and Robinson making sure that Kynhorst can't offload the ball with a strong tackle. Johnson across the field. Robinson gets the pass away. Well, there was almost another one there, but Saltonstall might have been there to intercept that as Robinson puts the kick forward, and Lewis Carr is held up over the line. That's great work from James Saltonstall. Excellent work in defence. Lewis Carr waiting for the ball to roll in his favour. Got the ball, but that was great defence from Saltonstall. And Halifax get the ball at the turnover, while York were protesting that it should have gone for a drop out under the post, but they took the possession. And that man with the ball there, Saltonstall, made an excellent tackle on Carr to deny him an opening score for the York City Knights. Jody Broughton taking the ball up. James Green slow to get up again. Well, that's a strange 10 metres is that the referendum's got on this time, but not for the offside. Putting the hand in at the play of the ball. And Halifax get their third penalty. And another opportunity. That's a long raking kick to the touchline from Morrell, which puts Halifax in a fantastic position to try and increase that 18 points to nil lead that they currently hold. Woodburn all. Fleming started running, had to stop, and then eventually gets the ball and gets bundled to the ground by three defenders. Brandon Moore to Woodburn all. Morrell to Griggs. Griggs, no thoughts of passing there as Robinson took him down. Respecting the possession, Laroya drives it in, gets away from two and gets a chance to get a bit of speed up and have another charge at the York defence. Brandon Moore, while Laroya gets slowed down. Woodburn all goes one way. Well, he finds there's a lot of players overrun the play there, and we're already stood directly in front of the York defenders. Fleming gets it away to Laroya, and Laroya is up to, but not over that York try line. Halifax penalised again. Giving York the opportunity of an easy clearance from out of their own 25. Salter drives it up, gets over the 40 metre line. James Green well hit by Brandon Moore. 3 metres inside the York half. Brining gets the ball away. Teamby gets flattened by the Halifax defence, and they've been pulled for offside again by the referee. James Green launches himself at the Halifax defence and stamps his foot down, but it has no effect as the defenders move in. Brining goes from acting half and is quite literally collared by Brandon Moore and thrown to the ground. Robinson to James Green again, who seems intent on taking on the Halifax defence single-handedly every time he has the ball in his hand. Brining to Robinson, out to Johnson. Johnson gets it away to the full-back Marsh. There's a scramble on the far side, but Halifax getting there in numbers, managing to keep the line intact so far. Washbrook takes the ball up with no particular threat as he's caught by 3. Last tackle signalled by the referee. Johnson gets it away to Robinson. Salter stands waiting, shouts for obstruction. There's York players stood with their hands in the air. Johnson tries the kick and the ball is stripped. And 6 more tackles. James Green is loitering, waiting, doesn't get the ball. It goes to Robinson. Wallace the fullback, Marsh the fullback. It goes to Lewis Carr, who has another go at the Halifax line, but this time only gets to within 5 metres. York supporters finally have something to shout about. Moving the ball across the field. Brining drops the shoulder and cuts inside, but York still 10 metres away. Halifax defending with a life with a minute and a half to go to half time, looking to retain this 18 points to 0 lead, and a great goal line defence again by Halifax. Stops Kynehorst inches short of the line. Johnson gets it to James. No, James Green stood further out. There's another one of those big York forwards trying to go through. Referee indicating last tackle again. It goes forward off a York player, and Halifax will regain possession. Well, Fairbank's getting up, looking a bit weary. Halifax have defended the line on 2 sets of 6 and have done a brilliant job. It's 40 seconds to half time. Halifax will be looking to retain the possession and the 18-0 lead at half time, as Morrell gets a chance to get into some space, quickly crowded down by Danny Washbrook. Woodburn almost slipping the tackle there of Jordan Baldwinson. Another kick down the touchline. Marsh goes across to cover it. Well, Marsh really nowhere to go, and York have 5 seconds. Well, they're not going to get that because the hooter will sound. There'll be no more play in the first half. Totally different Halifax side, who dominated this first half in attack and also dominated their in defence when necessary on the goal line. The defence has been quite remarkable. The 2 sets they faced just before the half-time hooter went, they were throwing bodies everywhere to stop York getting over the line, and Halifax have strung together some really good passes and good moves this afternoon. 2 tries for Sean Robinson and 1 from Steve Tyra, and Tyra back on form with a boot. 3 from 3. Sparkling performance from Halifax against the York City Knights. Half time at the Shay, Halifax 18, York City Knights 0. A good 40 minutes in the first half. Halifax will be looking for a repeat of that in the second, as Teamby takes the drive back off Johnson's pass from the kick-off. And Halifax, who need to continue where they left off at the end of the first half defensively. Looks like Will Jubbs being sent back on at half time. There he's sporting the scrum cap as Connor goes for a 40-20. Connor Robinson goes for the 40-20. Sean Robinson picks it up and carries it back. Well, he might want a hat trick, but he's not going to get it from there on 2 tries already. But Halifax could be troubling Elliot Wallace again, I'm sure, in the second half. Certainly the weakest of links, I suppose you could say. The ball put down, knock on. Going to be a knock on. Almost giving up their 18-point advantage early in the second half there, Halifax, but a knock on, sees them escape as Kainos puts the ball down. Former Leeds Rhinos player struggled to get a regular place in the Leeds side, went out to Widnes and Ulkayat, and ironically scored a last minute winner against Leeds last season. Saltonstall gets the ball away, Halifax pouring forward, Grix with a dummy and a step and over the York 40 metre line. Halifax back showing their intent early on, but James Ford will not be happy with the York defence on the first tackle. Halifax are not happy with the York defence on the second tackle. Morell gets it away, Fairbank looks for the offload, gets it away to Brandon Moore, who finds Paul Briolet, and Briolet takes Halifax to within 15 metres of that York line. Morell, what will he do this time? Gets it away to Saltonstall, and Saltonstall gets it back to Brandon Moore. Fleming gets possession away, and Halifax, well, I don't know where he's got that one from. He's got an obstruction again by a Halifax player. Well, I think he's possibly the only one that saw it in the ground. And Robinson gets York a big distance away from their own try line with that kick. While Halifax wait for the, York wait for the ball. Kinehorst takes it into Tyra and Woodburn, all 5 metres from halfway. Jubb puts it up for James Green, who once again charges it up to the Halifax defence. Sean Robinson handing out some instructions on this near side as Washbrook tries to go through. Two spells with Hull, twice a Challenge Cup winner with Hull, and that's a drop of the shoulder from Marsh, who tries to go through the Halifax defence. York looking for the first score in the second half, and Halifax looking to keep them out a bit longer. Teamby tackled, last one, there's an error. Well, a bit of overexcitement with York there, thinking that we're on for the first point. Error made, and Halifax will get the opportunity to take the ball away from their own red zone. Jody Broughton inside from the wing, looking to do some work. Right knee heavily strapped. Fleming dropped to the ground by Teamby and Jubb. Matt Garside comes back inside off the drop-off pass from Woodburn. All gets to the 40 metre line. Halifax edging the way towards that York half as Fleming carries it over halfway, had to push Teamby and Washbrook out of his way. And Woodburn Hall just drifts it over the top. That's a great kick from Woodburn Hall, in between winger and full-back. Elliot Wallace making no attempt to retreat back. And Marsh not coming forward. As Halifax have pushed the City Knights back into their own red zone. And Halifax will begin again to try and restrict the forward momentum of the York City Knights. Wallace not making too much ground there, going inside, doing what wingers do nowadays in taking the first carry up. And really managed to get up. Then York were appealing for a penalty, firing into the tackle, Brandon Moore and Jacob Fairbank. And that's a crunching tackle, although the ball's released. Washbrook brings Kinehorst on the inside, and Kinehorst is dragged to the ground by Garside, who gets up quickly, allows Kinehorst to play the ball. And Baldwinson, another former Leeds player, spent a lot of time at Featherstone. Jordan Baldwinson. And another penalty being awarded to the York side. And commending Halifax for the performance and defence in the first half, but another penalty puts York in a promising position. Washbrook takes it forward. Halifax on defensive alert again, close to their own line. James Green will drive it forward, met by 3. And another penalty, this time for offside again. Washbrook sees a gap, goes for it. It's closed up by the defence again. Halifax defended back-to-back sets. Close to the half-time hooter. Can they do it again? Will Jubb is pushed back into the field of play. Washbrook gets it to Johnson. Robinson. Well, that's a case for obstruction there. And again, the referee sees nothing wrong with it, allows play to continue. Halifax mustering numbers in defence again, 5 metres out from the line. Not the quickest of the play, the ball. Robinson out to Johnston. Johnston gets it to Baldwinson, and Baldwinson tackled. Referee raises his hand to say it's the last one of this set as Johnson gets it away, and Kinehorse, double movement again. Kinehorse, good pass from Ben Johnson, but Kinehorse denied. Referee in a good position. Well, they had back-to-back sets again, and Halifax have once again come up with the defensive qualities as Halifax make changes with Jacob Fairbank coming off, Keegan Hurst and Sam Hewitt on for Halifax. Broughton off the back of the play, the ball. Sam Hewitt taking the ball up on loan. Dual registration from Huddersfield. Played against York in the pre-season friendly with Oliver Roberts, and showed up pretty well in that game when he came on. They're ready to run again, but the ball from Brandon Moore is setting the other way, but the knock on is argued against by Keegan Hurst with the referee. Well, Halifax don't want to give away cheap possession. We've already had 3 penalties against them in this second half, and a couple of errors as well. They want the ball in hand. Obviously they don't want to be tired out with the amount of possession that York City Knights have, so they can make the attacking charges. Struggling to get hold of Sam Scott there eventually. He goes down under Keegan Hurst tackle. Team Bet, former Dewsbury player. And Wakefield. Tyler went out, put down in the mind of Washbrook, but Washbrook, Johnson got his pass away to Washbrook and then got it back as Teambe gets to the 20-metre line. Oh, the ball's come loose at Robinson. Oh, if he could have picked it up then, Sean Robinson probably would have been on for his hat-trick. Maybe it'd have been better kicking it, but he was within metres of the touch line, so it might have gone the other way, but will be Halifax possession at the scrum. Well, that might have just been an opportunity to put the game just too far out of reach of this York City Knights team, but ball not falling kindly for Sean Robinson. Referee's whistle falling kindly though. Washbrook arguing with the referee, but York offside as Morell puts the ball into touch. And Halifax back in the York half of the field with possession. Sam Hewitt trying to spin out of the tackle. Brandon Moore, Woodburn Hall. Oh, good ball to Garside. But Kindhorse waiting to make the tackle. Off goes Woodburn Hall again, draws the defence, gets it to Morell. Griggs gets it away, Halifax charging towards the line. Well, he's inside of the try line, and this time it's York who are desperate in defence on the try line. Morell to Keegan Hurst. Keegan Hurst, well, able to stand for a long time in the tackle, knocked over eventually. Morell to Woodburn Hall, out to Tyra, and Robinson. Well, it took a long time to make that decision. Steve Tyra arguing with him. Robinson was almost in for his hat-trick again. A lot closer range this time, but the pass ruled forward as it went to ground from Steve Tyra. Wallace in off the wing again. Another fairly ineffective run from the winger. Gets up, plays the ball. Halifax defenders waiting to make the tackle. James Green has been brought off by James Ford. Oh, that's a hospital pass, is that one. And Halifax spotted it. And Sam Hewitt went straight in. And Neil Baldwinson, Connor Robinson, trying to bamboozle the Halifax defence, tried to get the pass away twice but couldn't. Clarkson back on for James Green. High ball, tester for Griggs. Loses the ball this time, but he's lost it backwards. Well, he's lucky to get away with that one, considering Woodburn Hall dropped the ball in the first half. And as a judge to a knocked on, it looked as though it had from Griggs there. Halifax will be glad to keep the possession. They go charging forward again with Brearley up to the York 40 metre line. Morell drops it off for Sam Hewitt again, trying to pirouette his way through the tackle. Morell, well, Wallace is, well, there's indecision, and the indecision hasn't come up with a try, but it's come up with a dropout under the post. Morell almost latching onto his own kick there. 15 minutes gone in the second half. Halifax almost increasing the lead with a towering kick. And Marsh left it for Wallace, and perhaps so it was. And then thought he better try and do something about it. Robinson picks it up. And Robinson's off again. Well, charges the ball up strongly, does Robinson. Such a low centre of gravity. A bit too low that time. Ball coming free from the hand, a knock on. Referee waiting for Halifax to have a full quarter of players around the scrum. Tyra moving into the scrum half position, and Wallace gets the ball and attracts three defenders just inside the Halifax half. Kindhorse in the acting half to Ben Johnson, who puts a short pass to Washbrook. No metres gained. by the York City Knight. Johnson's running across the defence again, another pass that looked like it could have been forward. Jubb to Connor Robinson, gets it away to the fullback Marsh, and Halifax there in numbers again. Broughton making the tackle. Connor Robinson finds Johnson. Washbrook to Kinehorse, a big tackle on the 20-metre line from Steve Tyra on Kinehorse. Last tackle, Robinson drifting it across for Broughton. Well, not under any real pressure. I think if he'd have been under any more pressure, he wouldn't have had much trouble taking the ball. Assault the stall, picks it up, drives it away from the Halifax line. Morrell to Paul Briolet, and Briolet gets it over the Halifax 20-metre line. Oh, well, I think it was Clarkson then, and looked as though he was ready to swing the arm as Keegan Hurst drives the ball up to halfway. Last tackle, back to Morrell, down the touchline again for Morrell. Well, Robinson's chasing it, and Wallace picks it up, but there's pressure on him. He's allowed to go across field, steps out of Sam Hewitt's tackle. Well, ran 20 and made 5 eventually on straightening up. There's a determined run coming from Chris Clarkson. Is it Clarkson? Right, Lewis Carr it was who ran that one up. Jubb gets the pass away. Brandon Moore being pushed away in the tackle. Ben Johnston, tackled by Moore, gets the pass away to Connor Robinson. Robinson, well, threatened to kick then, and finish up going backwards. Well, he's kicked now, but I don't know what he's expecting to gain from that as Tyra takes the ball. The threat again diffused by Halifax. And Woodburn Hall will drive it up. Halifax taking the possession seriously and not trying to pass inside their own red zone. Happy to hang on to possession with an 18-0 lead. They know that York are chasing the game. Almost midway through the second half, up to the Halifax 40. Brandon Moore gives it to Keegan Hurst. Hurst gets the pass away. There's a risky one, but it's gone away. Tyra with Robinson outside him. Robinson! Oh, Robinson does pin his ears back, gets it inside to Woodburn Hall, and unselfishly Sean Robinson, when he probably could have had a hat-trick, gets it inside to Woodburn Hall. Well, it looked scrappy when it went to ground in Halifax. To be fair, they're trying to keep it alive. It's not out of character for this afternoon the way they played. They tried to keep the ball alive. It went behind Tyra, who went back to pick it up, and when he looked up he realised there was an advantage, and Tyra used it to good effect by sending Robinson down the touchline. Might have got a third, but saw Woodburn all inside, and Halifax's scrum half raced in for the first try of the second half to extend the lead to 22 points to 0. Tyler with 3 from 3. That one is not going to come round far enough to make 4 from 4, but 22-0 with just under 20 minutes to go. Well, that keeps Halifax's interest alive after York had had a lot of possession on the back of 3 penalties and some errors that Halifax have made. Halifax managing to ride those and come out successfully. Connor Robinson's kick, second by Brandon Moore. Well, worked in Halifax's favour. Normally the long kick by Halifax. They're already 8 metres from halfway on the second tackle with Colcott, who's back on for Halifax. And Hewitt trying to drive his way through the defence and almost did. Colcott gives it to Keegan Hurst. Keegan Hurst making the York City Knights defence work. Tidying him out that little bit more. Here comes Colcott again. Halifax using the forwards, and good leg drive from Colcott takes him to the 20 metre line. Woodburn Hall trying to kick behind the defence, and Kindhorse manages to scoop it up for Halifax. Then he loses the ball. Well, first time I've ever seen a player awarded a penalty for losing the ball. Connor Robinson with a long touch finder reaches halfway. And Kindhorse will take the ball up. Maybe he'll drop it and get another penalty, who knows. Will Jubb out to Ben Johnson. Johnson gets it away to Marcus Stock. And continues the movement of the ball out again by Halifax. Swarming defence on Connor Robinson. Tim Spears back on, the York captain. 22 metres out. Jubb gives it to Ben Johnson. Runs at the line. Gets it to Washbrook. Put down 15 metres out. Johnson running at the line again, gets a pass away to Clarkson, and Clarkson is trying to get the arm free to get the pass away. Paul Brewer is all over him. Connor Robinson, short pass, and Salter denied. Another great set in defence from Halifax on their own goal line. And the City Knights are shut out again. Broughton just makes 10 metres, but it's enough with the first run. Halifax second penalty of the second half. I think James Ford will be too impressed. Halifax, and once again is Halifax forwards making this York defence work. Sam Hewitt takes the ball up to the 40. Colcott drives it forward into Washbrook and Spears. Woodburn Hall takes it to the line, gets the pass away. Keegan Hurst loses it. Could that have been stripped out? Looked like there was a York arm in there, but the referee said Keegan Hurst lost the ball. And so it'll be a scrum down in the York red zone. I think Halifax will mind it at that end of the field. Salter. Still got some running in by Salter. Denied a try. He's not going to score one from there, but he's made some good metres. Ball out of the tackle. Two Halifax men caught in defence. Now they're back. Brearley and Colcott retreating the required 10. Morrell with Garside making the tackle on that far side. And Paul Brearley. Connor Robinson has got a bit of a step on the defence. Got the ball away to Jubb. Jubb, well, it's gone to ground. York still going. Salter looking for a way through on his own. Danger signs there as Connor Robinson stepped. Here comes Robinson again. Growing in confidence, got the ball to Spears in the tackle, but Morell goes for the steal. Doesn't get it, but he's quickly joined by two teammates, and the referee signals the last tackle again. Jubb gets it away, ball goes loose, and that'll be another error against the York Knights. Being shut out again, as they have been all afternoon, the York City Knights. Clock ticking away. And about 13 minutes to go, surely. York can't make a comeback from this deficit in that time, in the time that's left. Halifax will get possession. Looks like Brandon Moore receiving the treatment. Tyra takes the ball out, takes some putting down. Keegan Hurst has been replaced by Curtis Davis. Not exactly a pound for pound change there as Davis moves in to acting half. Colcott takes it forward. Jacob Fairbank is back on for Sam Hewitt. Brandon Moore always looking, probing the York defence, but this time they've stopped him. Colcott gets a pass to Morell. Morell gets it to Griggs. Options on that far side. Oh, Broughton racing down the wing, gets it back inside. Griggs will go in. 150th career try for Scott Griggs. Well, he scored his first one in Halifax. He's just a bit of a kid, really, but more mature, more experience. But more importantly, on the inside of Jody Broughton, break down that right hand side, and Scott Griggs gets his 150th career try. Well, that will put the game beyond doubt now. Halifax 26, York City Knights 0. Well, a lot to think about for James Ford. 2 league games running. Almost 2 league games running that York have failed to score. 34-0 against Leigh. Currently 26-0 against Halifax. Still 11 minutes to go. So there is a chance they could score. Kevin Leroy looks like he may have suffered an injury. He's just having it tended to by the doctor. Well, Steve Tyra makes it 4 from 5 to stretch the lead by another 2 points. Halifax 28, York City Knights 0. Robinson goes for the short kick again. Tyra can't get to it, and York have come up with it. Kindhorst slow back to his feet. Clarkson gives it to Tim Spears, his captain, who brought down 22 metres out. Will Jubb gets it to Clarkson. To Robinson. Robinson gets the pass away, but Halifax there to make the tackle, as they have been for 70 minutes of this game. They're looking to do so for the last 10. Clarkson involved again. And Clarkson is almost up to the Halifax line. Jubb out to Robinson. Morell rushed out and changed Robinson's mind there. The little kick through from Johnson, and Kinehall has managed to score. Well, York had to resort to something different because pushing and barging to try and get through the Halifax defence on the try line has failed for most of the game, but the kick from Johnson undoing the Halifax defence, and Kinehorse racing through for a try. One of 4 German international rugby league playing brothers. Connor Robinson fails with a kick, which you don't see very often. He's probably not of his best of days, much like his teammates and his coach, for the former Halifax player who goes back into the York half of the field. Connor Robinson's gone back to see the lead on the scoreboard. Still says Halifax 28, York City Knights 4. Scott Griggs to kick off. Johnson underneath it. Wallace coming inside. The ball left by Spears, picked up by Clarkson, and Clarkson off round the outside of the defence. Salter thought it was away, but Sol gets back to make the tackle. Marcus Stock will drive the ball up. York making a lot of metres. Halifax can ill afford to take the foot off the gas as Marsh is dragged towards the touchline, dragged and wrestled towards the touchline, but goes down before Halifax can put him out of play and gain the advantage. Kinehorse to Washbrook, long pass to Johnson, Jubb, Robinson, full width of the field. Well, that's not the ending York wanted to that particular passage of play. He used the full width of the field, swinging 6 or 7 passes together, but the kick from the winger Lewis Carr not the best, and the ball going out, giving Halifax possession back. Broughton, who settled that 150th try for Griggs, runs the ball up, gets pushed back to the 40 metre line. Colcott takes it forward. Brandon Moore gets to sit the rest of the game out as Dan Fleming comes back on with 6.5 minutes to go. Colcott to Fleming, who I don't think was expecting that, and there's probably made a few more yards than he expected from that particular run. Morrell gives it to Brearley. Brearley stretches out of one tackle, stretches out of another, tries to get the pass away. Referees wave play on, and that might be a penalty, will it? Woodburn all taken out. Well, they don't need it as much now, but Woodburn all was probably taken out there as Elliot Wallace has gone in off the wing, try and make some yards, but can't get past this Halifax defence, which is still working hard right to the end of the game. Lewis Carr will try and make some metres, get towards halfway. Clarkson to Washbrook, Washbrook to Kinehorse, tackled by Woodburn All just inside the Halifax half. Washbrook into acting half. Clarkson to Johnson, Johnson puts the ball up for Marcus Stock. He's gone down. I said the ball's gone backwards. So Will Jubb dragged to the ground by Dan Fleming. Clarkson to Washbrook. Loose pass. Spears loses it backwards. Sam Scott tries to find a way through. Last tackle. Never. Another York penalty that makes it 5 in this second half. As Spears drives it forward. 4.5 minutes left. York looking for a bit more consolation. Johnson to Connor Robinson. Saltonstall out of the line. Marsh. Well, pulled up short. Looked like he'd reached the whitewash then, but the referee said get on, play the ball. Another scrappy play. And York still retain possession. Referee happy that the ball went backwards. Clarkson to Connor Robinson. And Connor Robinson just kicks through. Griggs able to collect.
And today's hit on the wall, which is sponsored by Thompson's Gas, goes to number 10, Keenan Hurst. This afternoon's day attendance is 1,400.
Robinson.
30.
2 tries in the first half. That's at Halifax on the way. Broughton, Colcott still causing problems for this York defence, making them work. Morrell kicks downfield, no full back at home. And Elliot Wallace looks up to see Halifax defenders in front of him, runs the ball in, but then gets knocked to the ground with a huge tackle from Fairbank and Briolet. Salter trying to find a way through. Lewis Carr, wingers doing as much work for the forwards now for the York City Knights in an effort to salvage a little more from this game than the one try they've had, and that an awkward tackle. Curtis Davis down low on Marcus Stock, and Marcus Stock went over the top rather than being lifted by Curtis Davis. It'll be a penalty which Connor Robinson will dispatch into touch just outside the Halifax 20-metre line. And will York get to have the last say in this game? Johnson to Robinson. Robinson tries going on his own and gets tackled by Brearley and Colcott. Marcus Stock drives it forward 10 metres out from the Halifax line. Jubb goes left, finds Robinson. Robinson gets it to Marsh, the full-back, but Marsh immediately caught by Saltonstall and forced back inside with Davis and Griggs helping with a tackle. Jubb goes from acting half. Halifax not falling for that one. Used to be an Achilles heel, but not on this occasion. The York hooker is caught with the ball, and Halifax still keeping the line intact. Will Colcott comes up with it off Connor Robinson's kick. Well, unlikely that it was going to go the full length of the field, but Connor Robinson got back. Tyler takes it over the 20-metre line. We're down to the last minute. Halifax have made it 2 wins from 3 in the Betfred Championship, and a convincing win it is against the York City Knights, who are struggling to find the form that took them into the playoffs at the end of the season. Fleming managing to stay on his feet against 2, but Jubb making sure he goes down. Back to Woodburn Hall, puts the kick down the touchline again. Another perfectly measured kick. And while the clock ticks down to the last 20 seconds, neither side in any particular rush to get to the scrum. Halifax found it a bit more difficult in the second half, but they scored 2 tries through Woodburn Hall, and Scott Griggs with his 150th career try. Tyra only converting once, and 1 try from Kinehorst. And Halifax have certainly lifted the spirits of their supporters as the hooter sounds with a big victory, and leaving York side looking very tired and dejected after a poor performance. I suppose the only thing that York can come away with is the fact they haven't been nilled this week, but they have been well and truly beaten by Halifax side. Not only Halifax side who attacked well and threw the ball about every opportunity, but defended really, really well, apart from that slip that let Kinehorst in, which was a kick behind the defence. When York tried to barge over the Halifax line, there was no way through. There were Halifax 100% effort in defence. 2 league points and a confidence boosting win as they face unbeaten Lee Centurions at the Lee Sports Village next week. That will be a tough one. This is a tough one this afternoon, but Halifax have come through it with a win, even in round 3. They pinpointed as a must-win match, and they've done that this afternoon at the Shay. Halifax 28, York City Knights 4.